What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. It's the time of the year again. It's New Year's Eve 2023, which means that obviously there's another New Year's Eve talk by me. It's been a tradition for the last 3 years, and I would hate to miss that tradition this year. So here I am, sitting again. Might even be longer than last year's. I think, if I remember correctly, last year's was like 40 minutes. I'm actually not entirely sure about that. Yeah, it was about 40 minutes long. So we're gonna try and get the same length in this year, and maybe even a little bit more. We'll see how it goes. Year's definitely been very interesting. It's been a year full of ups and downs, mostly ups, but also a couple of downs. It's definitely been better than last year when it comes to that, but in general, this year's just been a crazy train ride, and I'm here to recap some of that. Well, obviously, I'm gonna recap the gaming year of 2023, because that's what I am. In first line, I'm a gamer, I'm a gaming YouTuber, so it is my honors to recap the whole gaming year. It's been a wild year. There were a lot of good games coming out this year, but then obviously also I'm gonna recap my personal year 2023. I'm gonna kind of say what I experienced, what I went through, what my overall review, if you want to call it that, of this year is. And last point on my list that I want to do is what to expect from next year, gaming wise and personal. It's gonna be a different year. Definitely, it's gonna be a very stressful year, but more on that later. First thing on my list is the gaming year of 2023. I have a list again with every single game released in 2023, or every major game. And yeah, it's gonna be a long list, but I'm just gonna go through it and give you guys my opinion about the game, if I've heard of it, if I haven't, and if it was successful or not. So yeah, as usual, we're just gonna start in January. In January, we have Lone Ruin, which I've never heard of actually. We got Kart Rider Drift. I don't know what that is, honestly. We got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I've heard of that. Supposedly an okay game. We got One Piece Odyssey, which was very hyped, and I think it lived up to the hype. I'm not too sure. We got Never Awake. We got Persona 4 and 3 re-released, and I know that was a hit because the Persona series is just a hit in general. Every time something of the Persona series releases, it's an instant hit. You want to say that. We got a Space for the Unbound, Aquatico, Fire Emblem Engage, and I know Fire Emblem is very loved, as well as Monster Hunter Rise, which was, I think, like almost the biggest game of January, because the Monster Hunter series obviously is a very popular and very liked series among gamers all over the world. So I wouldn't be surprised if Monster Hunter Rise was the best game of January 2023. We also got Forspoken, which kinda was a miss. It had a lot of bugs, and it didn't really do anything well or right. We got Hi-Fi Rush, which actually won a Game Award for Best Audio, I think. I'm not too sure about that. We got the Dead Space remake, which was also a very hyped game of January, even like a little bit below Monster Hunter if I had to guess. And for the last game in January, we have SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake, which was a completely new game by the same people that made the rehydrated version of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. So it was a cool game, definitely, but not something that I would have to play, or that I would say that oh god, I need to play this 100%. Sorry, that's my Discord notification. There you go. Coming up is February, and we got Deliver Us Mars, which I think was pretty looked forward to. We got Life is Strange 2 on the Switch, which is a big W for the Switch gaming community, because Life is Strange is a very cool game. We got Overwatch 2 Season 3, which I don't really care about too much, because Overwatch is not my thing. We got Metroid Prime Remastered on the Switch, which was a cool project that Nintendo did. Kind of make a bridge over the time where Metroid Prime 4 was supposed to release. It's been a lot of years now since we got Metroid Prime 4 announced, so it's gonna take a while. We got Hogwarts Legacy, which was the most controversial game of February because it had to do with J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is a very is a very controversial person in overall communities and everything. So yeah, it was a very good game. Don't get me wrong. I didn't play much of it, but I did play the start, and what I played, I really enjoyed it. But it's definitely a controversy. But it's a good game, without a doubt, and you shouldn't even connect it with J.K. Rowling in the first place. If you just want to play the game, nothing to do with her. We got Wanted Dead Returnal, which was the PC release of a PlayStation 5 exclusive that came out in 2020. It's an alien type of game. We got Eldorand, Tales of Symphonia Remastered. I have no idea what that is. We got Ultimate Sackboy on mobile. Atomic Heart, which was also a pretty looked forward to game, which didn't quite meet the expectations. We got Cities VR, Zenith the Last City, which was a VR game, as I'm seeing it right here. We got The Tale of Onogoro. I have no idea what that is. We got the Horizon VR game, which was a bomb, a hit, really cool. Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition, also VR game. We got Altair Breaker. A lot of PlayStation VR 2 games came out in this month, obviously, because the PSVR 2 came out. We got Job Simulator on PlayStation VR, Blood Ball 3, Grim Guardians, Company of Heroes 3, which was a big miss, Sons of the Forest, which is a cool game, didn't quite live up to the expectations we had of it because the Forest was so good, but it was definitely a good game. Now even better because it has released 20 updates in the meantime. Octopath Traveler 2, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, obviously a remake. We got Dungeons of Aether, Street Fighter mobile game, and Destiny 2 Lightfall. That's it for February. Coming up, we got March. We got Wolong Fallen Dynasty. I have no idea what that is. Dead Cells Return to Castlevania, which was a welcome surprise. We got Halo Infinite Season 3, The Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition. We got Oni, Road to the Mightiest Oni, Fatal Frame, Peaky Blinders, The King's Ransom, PC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos. I have no clue what most of these are. We got Valheim on Xbox, which was a pretty loved game on PC before. We got WWE 2K23, Anno 1800, Bayonetta Origins on Switch, Remnant from the Ashes. We got Resident Evil 4 Remake, which was the biggest game of the month, if I had to guess. It's was very hyped. It lived up to the hype. It's a good game, definitely. We got The Last of Us Part 1 on PC, which was my game of the year, personally. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We got Dredge coming out, which was a cool indie game, and Cosminus High in March. March was a very bleak month for gaming next to Resident Evil and The Last of Us coming out on PC. But other than that, we got nothing in March. Coming to April, we got Meteor Maker, which was from the same people that made Dead by Daylight. It didn't really do pretty well. It didn't really do like well at all. But yeah, we got Crete, Rise to Glory. We got Everspace 2, Overwatch 2 Season 4, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Xbox Series X and S, which was a cool game. We got Minecraft Legends, which was a big flop, even though I really wanted it to be good, but it did not turn out good at all. We got Horizon Forbidden West, the Burning Shores DLC, which was a very, very, very good DLC. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. We got DNF Duel on Switch, Advanced Wars 1+2, a reboot camp on Switch. We got Dead Island 2, which is of the same people that made Goat Simulator, if you didn't know that. The Last Case of Benedict Fox. We got Omega Strikers, After Image, and the biggest game of April, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which I haven't played personally yet, but I definitely want to, and it's a game on my list. Games in May, which is a bit bigger now. We got Redfall, for one. We got Hogwarts Legacy again on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Darkest Dungeon 2. We got YS9 Monstrum Nox. I honestly no clue what that is. We got The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch, which also won a game award for Best Action Adventure, if I remember correctly. And it definitely deserves it. It's not as good or not as big of a hit as Breath of the Wild was, but it's definitely up there. The Outlast Trials, which is basically the third Outlast game in the series. Lego 2K Drive. Lord of the Rings Gollum, which is the worst game of the year. We got Hello Neighbor Search and Rescue. Company of Heroes 3 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox, and System Shock. Coming to June 2023, we got Harmony, The Fall of Reverie, Race, Rocket Arena Car Extreme, big on the extreme, Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection, Street Fighter 6, which was a big one that won Best Fighting Game in the Game Awards. We Love Katamari, Reroll, plus Royal Reverie, The Elder Scrolls Online Necrom. I was about to say Neuron, but it says Necrom. My apologies. We got Diablo 4, which was a very cool game for a little bit. Didn't really play a lot of it, but I did play a tiny bit of it, and it was pretty good. We got Amnesia the Bunker, which is the next game in the Amnesia series. We got Overwatch 2 Season 5. We got Layers of Fear Remake. We got Goodbye Volcano High. Aliens Dark Descent. Crash Team Rumble, which is a kart game based on the Crash Bandicoot universe. Final Fantasy 16, which was the most hyped one in June. 6 Days in Fallujah. Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. Paranormal Hunter. AEW Fight Forever, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, Ragnarok Begins, Everybody 1-2 Switch, which was the sequel to the original 1-2 Switch that came out in 2017. It was a big flop. No one really liked it. No one thought it was a good idea. Nintendo did it anyway, as we know. Nintendo, as we have known them for years. And Master Detective Archives Raincoat. Coming to July, we got Guilt. It's a very, 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 very short month of games. We got Guilt, never heard of it. The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie. I have heard of that, but I don't know what it's about. We got Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. Atelier Mary, The Alchemist of Salberg remake. It sounds interesting, in my opinion. I just don't know what that is. We got Pikmin 4, which was the biggest game of July. Remnant 2. The Expanse, a Telltale series. And Disney's Illusion Island, which was a jump and run and gun kind of game that Disney released only on the Switch, which is a weird decision in my opinion, but oh well, each to their own. In August, we got the Game of the Year releasing on the 3rd of August. Baldur's Gate 3 was released to the public and it crashed everything. Immediately, millions of players jumped into the adventure, and it's definitely up there to being one of the best RPG experiences of all time. That's also why it won so many awards at the Game Awards and got Game of the Year simultaneously. It's because the game is really, really, really good. And you could almost say it's a 10 out of 10. Definitely has flaws, but it has tons of replayability. It has fun features and innovations. It's definitely up there to being one of the best experiences of all time. Definitely deserved Game of the Year. And yeah, I'm excited to see more to come from the studio behind Baldur's Gate. We got Mortal Kombat Onslaught. We got Atlas Fallen, Red Dead Redemption, and Undead Nightmare on Switch PS4, Vampire Survivors on Switch, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was a big concurrent to Dead by Daylight. We got Bump Rush Cyberpunk, Immortals of Avium, Age of Empires 4 on Xbox and Xbox Series XS, Smurfs Kart, Blasphemous 2, Armored Core 6, Samba de Amigo Party Central, Under the Waves, Sea of Stars, which was a pretty big one as well, if I remember correctly. I'm not too sure about that one. Somerville, Trine 4, A Clockwork Conspiracy, and that's it for August. Pretty packed month, just because of Baldur's Gate 3, obviously. September, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, Rune Factory 3 Special. We got Baldur's Gate 3 again on PlayStation, Starfield, which in my opinion was a big flop. Not everybody sees it that way. Fae Farm, NBA 2K24, Trombone Champ, Dune Spice Wars, F-Zero 99, Monster Hunter Now, Mortal Kombat 1, which in my opinion should have won Best Fighting Game, but congrats to Street Fighter 6. Lies of P, which is a Souls-like game. Witchfire, Payday 3, which is online exclusive, which is a big shame because I wanted to play it, but it's not worth it like that. Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, which kind of saved the game because the 2.0 update fixed almost all of the problems, and the DLC is very good. Harvest Moon, The Wines of Anthos, Infinity Strash, Fate Samurai Remnant, and EA Sports FC 24 or FIFA 24. October, we got Total War, Pharaoh, Disgaea 7, Warhammer 40k, Darktide, Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is a return to the roots for the Assassin's Creed series, and it was the best thing they could have done in my opinion. We got Detective Pikachu Returns, Roblox on the PlayStation 5, Wildcard Football, Forza Motorsport, Honkai Star Rail, Lords of the Fallen, which is also a Souls-like, Sonic Superstars, also return to the roots, 2D Sonic game, very, very good game, Endless Dungeon, Warhammer 40k Warforge, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which in my opinion should have won at least some awards at the Game Awards, but it got nothing, which was a big disappointment in my opinion. We got Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the best Mario game we've gotten since Mario Odyssey. It won Best Family Game at the Game Awards, deserved it. I love it, it's amazing. Just Dance 24, Ghostbusters, Ghost Runner 2, and Alan Wake 2, which also won a couple of awards at the Game Awards. Coming into November, we got Star Ocean, The Second Story R, The Talos Principle 2, which I still have to play yet, RoboCop Rogue City, which was very hyped, WarioWare Move It, Football Manager 24, Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn DLC. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, biggest flop of the year. It's terrible. Don't play it. Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch, which is like a different game. It sucks. Mario RPG Remake. And Persona 5 Tactica. Coming into the last month of 2023, we got SteamWorld Build, Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince, Sonic Dream Team, which is a mobile game. Very, very good Sonic game, in fact. Disney Dreamlight Valley, Ready or Not on the PC, on PlayStation. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I haven't heard much of that, but I assume it's gonna be at least decent. Outer Wilds Archaeologist Edition, The Day Before, which I think is like a Last of Us clone, if I remember correctly or something. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC, and Nausea. And that's all the games of 2023. It's been a good year, undoubtedly. We got many bangers coming out. Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom, Hogwarts Legacy. It's a lot of bangers this year, but also just a lot of flops that I would have liked to see be developed a little more and maybe polished a little better, and what could have been some good games if only the time was used right. Which usually is one of the biggest issues when it comes to game releases, because people tend to release games early and then the games have tons of bugs. It's not polished, it just doesn't feel clean, and that's the big issue with releasing games in the new age. We also had some banger movies this year. Of course I gotta talk about that for a second. We got all the movies that I watched. I'm just gonna list real quick. I watched the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's one of the best family movies of the year. We got The Flash, which I watched, which was decent. It's okay. Of course, Ezra Miller's a controversy, but it's decent. It's okay. We got Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which in my opinion was a very good movie. Harrison Ford still got it, even though he's not the youngest anymore. Mad respect to him. We got Oppenheimer, which is my movie of the year. 10 out of 10 experience. The blast when the bomb went off is incredible. Never had such an suspense in the cinema before. I can only recommend that movie to everyone watching this video if you haven't seen it yet. Of course, we got the Five Nights at Freddy's movie as well, which was good, very good in my opinion. I wasn't expecting much, and therefore I didn't get disappointed. I was really happy with the result, and just the fanboy in me, the little 8-year-old kid that discovered FNAF, it felt satisfied. And that's what I wanted from the movie. And the last movie that I watched this year, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, it was good. It had some flaws. It felt a little rushed towards the end, but it was definitely good. Of course, Amber Heard, another controversy. Didn't deserve the role in my opinion, but of course they had to keep it for the movie to make sense, because Mera, Aquaman's wife, had a big role in the movie, so they let her have the role for a little bit. And that's the movies of the year. Very good movies. Obviously, top 3 movies in my opinion would be Oppenheimer, FNAF, and Indiana Jones. That's my opinion. Coming to my personal year, it's been wild. It's been a big up and down. There's been good stuff in there, very, very, very good stuff. There's been some bad stuff. There's been some funny and ugly and sad and of everything. The year started off pretty shitty, if I want to say so myself. I've been in a pretty bad position when it comes to my job as well. I needed to kind of get used to that, and towards February is where it escalated, and then it got a bit calmer from there. ever since February, I also had some personal things going on, still being affected by the thing happening last year in May and March as well, I guess you could say. May 2022, still being affected from that, and work being stressful and everything in school. But I kind of got that everything under control. From March on, it went pretty smoothly. I got used to the job I was working. I got over that situation I had from May 2022. Partly because we started talking again. Me and my friend that was gone for like a month because he was pretty busy. But he came back in like late February and we started talking again. And that helped me a lot to get over the situation from May 2022, because he was also part of it, or not part of it, but he was a witness, if you want to say so, and he saw everything that happened. So being able to talk to him again was very helpful to get over that. Going like towards the middle of the year, I lost my grandmother, which was a hit in the gut as well. But it was okay. It wasn't big. It wasn't like a big terrible thing that I can't get over, but it was obviously a punch in the gut. Going towards the middle of the year, obviously my first year as a student in the job I'm doing came to an end, and that was a pretty good thing. The one subject that I didn't really like, I got a little better at. All in general, school and work, I got used to it. I got used to working in that environment, and it all went better from there. Ever since the second year started, it went really well. I felt more comfortable in school and everything, and I got very used to the more morality and to the environment that I was in. Met a lot of people, also from the games I played, obviously, Valorant all the way up to July. I stopped playing Valorant for a bit, got back into Fortnite, been playing that ever since, and the rest is pretty much history. I started making some videos again. I got like 3 meme edits uploaded and 1 little different video, which I'm also working on another one for that. We got a highlight video, and definitely been a little more active, especially considering last year, because last year I only uploaded 2 videos, including the New Year's Eve talk. So yeah, definitely more videos than last year, and better quality. And I revealed my face. Now I'm streaming with face cam, and I got my face as a profile picture on YouTube. I think gives it a little more personality, and people that watch me have a little bit of a better connection with me than before, which is normal. Obviously, if you have a face reveal, it's gonna be normal. And that's pretty much my personal year. It's been a lot of ups and downs recently, like for the last 2 weeks or so. It's been a little bit of a down again, especially if you follow me on Twitter, you can see that. But other than that, it's been a pretty decent year. The first half was worse than 2022, but the second half was better than 2022, of course. And that's pretty much it for my personal year. Yeah. What to expect of 2024? Gaming wise, I don't even really know what kind of games we got coming out, but obviously we got a lot more Fortnite coming. We got a lot more Valorant coming. We got a lot more videos coming. I got a lot of meme edits planned, not only for Fortnite, maybe only for not only Fortnite, maybe also for Valorant or some other games. I have some more videos like the Mario 64 one planned. I have some stream highlights planned, some horror games planned. It's a big year. I'm gonna be streaming a lot more, and it's just gonna be nice. Yeah, it's gonna be very nice. I like the interaction in the streams. I like the interaction with the YouTube comments and the watches and everything. Also, gotta give a big shout out to two people that inspire me to do that, which are Markiplier, obviously, for one, and Tarek. Tarek's a big inspiration for streaming. Markiplier's a big inspiration for doing just creative things. Also started writing my own raps and recording them with a bunch of friends of mine, so that's definitely Markiplier's an inspiration for that, because he keeps telling people, if you have a creative idea, just do it, and I just went with it, and we're now creating actually our own rap. I'm very excited for that. Yeah, just follow your dreams. Whatever you think is right, do it and follow it, because it might turn into something very, very good. And if you don't, you might miss something very, very good. Of course, it's always a risk, because you can apply that to a lot of different situations. If you talk about something, there's always the risk of it being a mistake, of it pushing someone away, of it like completely destroying an idea of yours, or them not respecting you, or whatever. There's always that risk, but then again, there's also always the risk of you missing something incredibly amazing, and that risk, it's worth it. It's worth taking it. It's really worth taking it, because, as I said, you might miss something good, and you don't want to miss anything good. You want to experience good things, and that's my plea to you. Just always do what your heart says. Don't ever let someone else tell you that you shouldn't do it. Don't ever let someone else tell you that it's a bad idea. If you think it's a good idea, and if your heart really tells you that it's a really good idea and you want to do it, then just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. That's pretty much it for the talk. If I look at the time, it's about a 30-minute talk, so it's a little less than last year, but you know, we do not care. We do not care. We do not care. So yeah, it's been a pleasure coming back to YouTube and coming back to Twitch and uploading these videos for you guys, and still seeing you guys interact, and more people coming. I mean, we hit the mark of 300 plus subscribers, and it's always an honor to see that. It's always nice seeing that, and I look forward to seeing more from that, and more from you guys, more from everything. More from the games that I love to play, and more from the people that I love having around me, and just everything put together in one sentence. Let's hope for an amazing 2024 with lots of experiences, lots of good ones. Of course, a little bit of bad ones too, because that's normal. But let's hope for a very, very good 2024. For an amazing experience, for amazing experiences, and to a brighter future for every single one of us. Everyone's welcome here. Everyone. So, without further ado, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you're still watching and you haven't skipped anything, you deserve a half an hour back in your life from listening to me yap about everything. And thank you for sticking with me through all these years. It's been quite a while, and I haven't been the most active, but thanks for sticking. And I hope to see you stick around for more content. So yeah, again, thank you everybody so much for watching this. It's been a wild year. Let's hope for a very, very good 2024, and I hope you guys have an amazing New Year's Eve, amazing New Year's party, and I'll see you guys in the next video in the next year. Bye-bye.